Hi, my name is Rhonda.
And I'm Serene.
And today we are going to talk about the food pyramid versus my plate, talking about portions. We just felt that would be a really important topic to discuss.
Yeah, we get asked a lot about different foods and how much and what should you eat. Very confusing.
And things have changed over the years.
Yeah.
So back when I was in high school, I remember in home ec being taught about the good old-fashioned food pyramid. How many remember that? On this food pyramid, it tells us that we should have 6 to 11 servings of grains, 3 to 5 servings of vegetables, 2 to 4 servings of fruit, 2 to 3 servings of dairy, 2 to 3 servings of meat, and sparingly oils. And that got so confusing. I was like, we're really supposed to eat that much?
Yeah, it is. It was confusing, and that was one of the reasons they changed it. And we know a lot more about fats and healthy fats and how they fit into your diet, and just a little bit different way of thinking. I think the less confusing, the better, and the less you overthink it, the better. The easier it's going to be to prepare your plate.
So let's get rid of this right now, and let's
it's not around anymore. It's the old,
Yay.
Yeah, it's the old thing. So when you hear about it, it's confusing too. People are like, what happened to the pyramid? It's like, it's gone.
It's gone. It's out of here.
Yeah.
She's going to teach us a new way.
This is the plate method. Okay, so when you're fixing your plate, if you can fill half of it with fruit and vegetables, and then a fourth of it with a starch, so that would be your carbohydrates, so your roll, your potato, pasta, things like that, and then a fourth of it with some kind of protein, you've got a really good balanced plate. And this stuff up here, low calorie, high nutrients, fills you up and it tastes delicious. You pick your favorite fruits and vegetables and you put them in half of your plate. And you do that first, right? You do this first so that your plate doesn't have so much room on it to put all the other stuff.
Well, and plus it's filling.
It is
people,
filling.
They take it for granted. That stuff fills you up.
Yeah, and
the good stuff.
Yeah, and it's good. And it doesn't mean you have to have. I'm talking maybe even an apple or some apple slices and your favorite vegetable, and find new ways to prepare your fruits and vegetables that you like them. Maybe this is all vegetables, and maybe you have some fruit on the side, or maybe your dessert is going to be some type of fruit. I frequently do that. They mentioned dairy in the food pyramid. Still recommend that you have 2 to 3 servings of dairy a day. You get your calcium. It's an important thing. So maybe you have a glass of milk on the side. Maybe you're going to have a little bit of cheese or cottage cheese with this meal. So think about dairy. We're not trying to eliminate dairy. We're not eliminating fats, because they're going to come in when you eat some protein. They're going to be in your salad dressing. You're going to get them throughout the day. Maybe you've got an avocado on your salads. You're getting some healthy fat. So we're not eliminating fats. I want to really bring up the portion here that's talking about the starch or the carbohydrate that you're going to add to your plate.
Because I feel in America, that is such a big thing.
Usually it takes up this part of your plate, or
that is
this part of your plate.
The sweet
right?
potato, or the potato that they give you at some restaurant is like this. Yeah.
Or spaghetti.
Well, and speaking of restaurants, the thing is, we do eat out a lot. We're always on the road traveling. And one of the habits that I like to get into is ask for a takeout box from the get-go, right? When they bring your plate, say, can I also get a takeout box? Because we don't need to eat all that they're bringing us. And we can kind of break this up and use this. Order a side salad as one of your sides. Most of them have sides, and then break up the other stuff. You can still eat out and do the my plate portion.
Absolutely. And you'll feel so much better when you're done eating. Yeah. And I think when you eat out at a restaurant, you are going to get a larger portion of this starch. And even in your own kitchen, you are, if you're not paying attention. I did want to mention things like the pasta and spaghetti. It's really easy to put that right in the center of your plate and build around it. Or people eliminate it because they know they can't eat a large portion. Well, guess what? You don't have to eliminate it. You can put a scoop of spaghetti right here and put whatever sauce you want on it, have some protein with it, have your fruit and veggies here, and you can still eat.
You know how awesome that is? Because I can't tell you how many times I have gone out and I'm like, oh, that sounds so good, but I just feel too guilty to eat it.
Yeah.
But you can order it. Just break it up, girl.
Yeah,
Just
you can
take
have
some of that home. Or
That's
boy.
right. Or whoever you are. But
Tell my husband that all the time.
Yeah.
Nag, you don't need to eat all that.
But you can eat some, right? And the same with your roll. You can have a roll. Maybe you shouldn't have 4 or 5 rolls, but you can have a roll because it's going to fit here on that quarter of your plate. So use that as your guide. It will give you a balance of nutrients and keep the calories down to where they would be reasonable for what you should be eating for that meal.
Yes. And Serene has lots of great information for you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to just jot a question down at the bottom, leave a comment. We'd be glad to address it.
Yep, we'll reach out.
Give you some ideas.
Yeah, maybe we'll even do just a quick recording on that information too.
That's why she's here.
So please let us know what you want to know.
I did have one of my friends ask this particular question. How should we be eating to properly fuel our bodies? The other confusing part is that we've been told high protein versus low carb versus high and low fat. And now you're seeing it in everything you buy at the grocery store. It's low in fat, but then a lot of those have a lot of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't always go by that.
Yeah. So to properly fuel your body, honestly, this is going to do it, right? You've got a variety of your different macronutrients. You've got some carbohydrate for fast energy. You've got some protein to stay full a little bit longer. And then you've got the low cal, high nutrient produce right here. So yeah, fuel in your body. You don't eliminate, you don't need to cut back on one and go heavy on another. It's a good balance of everything. And you've got fuel.
Well, and it's just like they say, everything in moderation.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't need to be as confusing as that old pyramid.
Yeah.
Like,
And enjoy and eat the food you love.